Hi, what's up, everybody? Good to be back with you here again. We've got another 1949 game for you today. It's the Cardinals and the Giants. The Giants, of course, are right out of first place, 12-5. Cardinals at 7-8 are not playing so well, not as well as you'd expect them to. Enius Slaughter in there takes a strike from Dave Koslow. There's a fastball at the belt, strike 2, 0-2 the count, and that one is high for a ball. It's 1-2. There's a little pop foul that drops in among the spectators, 1-2, and now there's a ball to Slaughter, 2-2 now. Another foul ball by Slaughter, and there's another foul by him, still 2-2. There's one low on Slaughter, full count, as Enos works him on a full count, and Koslow loses him, and that's a base on balls. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I think that is something here in Diamond Mine that's not really true to life for 1949, but we'll take it. Eddie Kazak takes a ball high, 1-0 the count, and there's another ball, and Slaughter's able to steal second, and now there's a runner on second base for St. Louis. There's a strike on Kazak, 2-1 the count. There's one hit over to left field. Whitey Lockman has it. Slaughter moves up to third, however, and that brings up Stan Musial with a chance to put St. Louis out in front real early. There's a ball to Stan. Another one off the plate, 2-0 the count. And that's too high for a ball, ball 3. And Koslow gets a strike in on him, 3-1 now the count. That one was fouled back. It's a full count on Musial, and that was fouled back again. And that one's hit deep to center field, and Thompson goes way back to make that catch in the center field. Of course, you don't want to hit it straight away in center field here in the Polo Grounds. It's an absolute mile and a half out there. Nippy Jones here takes 2 quick balls, and there's a line drive over past second base for a base hit. So 1-0 Cardinals now with a runner on first base. Only one hit in this game for the Cardinals, and they've scored 1 run before getting that hit, and that's a ground ball over to the second baseman. Lork throws to first for the out. We go to the bottom of the first, and here's Willard Marshall. Howard Paulette will be on the mound for St. Louis, and we'll see if the Giants can get any runs against him or not. 0-2 quickly, the count on Marshall. And there's a check swing at the plate, and they say Marshall didn't go around. 1-2 is the count. And he went that time. That's a strikeout. First strikeout of the game for Howie. 14th of the season for him. Sid Gordon now takes a ball, another ball. 2-0 the count on Gordon. And that's a pop-up, and that's just foul. 2-1 is the count now. And there's one outside. 3-1 is the count. Gordon will take here. And that's on the outside corner, and it's called a strike. So full count now on Gordon. And Pollock gets the strikeout, as that was another check swing for a strikeout. 2 outs, 2 strikeouts for Howie Pollock. And Whitey Lockman up there takes a strike and then hits one into right center field. Musial dives for it, can't quite get to it, but Deering's there to back him up, holding Lockman to a single. And here's Bobby Thompson with 2 outs, runner on first. And Thompson takes one low from Pollock, and they've got Whitey Lockman picked off, and he will be picked off there. The throw goes from the pitcher over to the first baseman, Jones, and then up over to Marion, the shortstop, and they get him. That's what happens. We were playing a little hit and run. Red Shundins now here top of the second inning for the Cardinals, takes a strike. There's a ground ball over to the left side. Koslow goes down off the mound, grabs that, throws to first for the out, 1 away. Chuck Deering now takes a strike. 0-1 is the count on Deering, and there's one off the corner for a ball. It's 1-1. There's a strike 2 on Deering, 1-2 now the count. There's a knuckleball by Koslow, and that gets him fooled, and that gets him the strikeout. Here's Joe Garagiola now. 1-0 is the count on Joe as he looks at a ball. And there's one whistle down the line, foul, 1-1 now, and there's a little ground ball over to Kurz. Shortstop throws to first for the out, and that does it. We go to the bottom of the second. Bobby Thompson now, who had that at-bat stolen from him last inning by Lockman's attempted stolen base, hits the 1-0 pitch over to Marion, the shortstop, throws to first for the out, 1 away. Here's Johnny Mize. There's a curveball in there for Mize, and that's a strike. And then there's a little blooper in the short right center field for a base hit, and that brings up Walker Cooper, runner on first base. 1-0 game in favor of St. Louis here with 1 out. Bottom of the second inning, 0-2 now the count on Walker Cooper. And there's one up high, 1-2 now, and that's inside for a ball. It's 2-2. And Cooper goes and leaves the strike zone on that one, chases a high pitch by Howie Pollock for strike 3, and there's 2 out, and here's Buddy Kerr. Kerr hits one over to Enos Slaughter in left field. He makes the catch for the out. We go to the top of the third, still 1-0 St. Louis. And here's the pitcher, Pollock, and he takes the ball and then fouls one off. 1-1 now the count. And there's a little curveball tapped over to third base. Gordon has it, throws over to first for the out, and that's 1 away. And here's Enos Slaughter, hits one over to right field for a base hit. Eddie Kazak now will take a curveball outside. 1-0 the count. There's ball 2, again high. And he belts one over to right field, but Willard Marshall is there to go back and grab that one for the second out. And here comes Stan Musial with the runner on first base, takes a strike, and hits one deep to right field, but Marshall's able to go back and get that one before it leaves the ballpark. We go to the bottom of the third inning, still a 1-0 game. Here is Jack Lork. Lork will take one inside for a ball, 1-0 the count, and off the plate, 2-0. The ground ball over to Kozak, the third baseman on the left side, throws over to Jones at first for the out, 1 away. Here's Dave Costello hitting .455 this season. How did he do that? He takes the ball and hits that one off the fist over to Marion, little liner for the second out. Willard Marshall now, 2 outs, bottom of the third inning. Takes the ball, 1-0 the count. There's a little ground ball off of the first base side, and it's going to be the first baseman Jones who grabs that one, goes to the bag himself for the out. We go to the top of the fourth. And here is Nippy Jones to start this one off, and he takes a ball high, and then there's a ground ball over to Gordon at third, throws the first for the out, 1 away. Here's Marty Marion. And that's inside for a strike. 0-1 the count, and there's one high. It's 1-1. And he pokes that one over to deep right center field where Marshall grabs it for the out, 2 away. And here's Red Schoendienst. And he hits that over to left field, over to Lockman, who slides in and grabs it and just gets it. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Sid Gordon now, 1-0 still Cardinals, and there was a ball in there to Gordon and a strike swinging, 1-1 the count. That one's outside for a ball. It's 2-1, and there's a ground ball over to Schoendienst, the second base. Throws to first for the out, 1 away. Here's Whitey Lockman. There's a strike in there to Lockman, 0-1, and that's a ball high, 1-1 now. And there's a little ground ball over to Jones, the first baseman, who does it himself, 2 away. And here's Bobby Thompson, who looks at a strike. And the ball, 1-1 now the count. There's a little tapper over to the left side, and Pollock grabs it, tries to throw it to first base, but he's late. Thompson's aboard with the infield hit, and here comes Johnny Mize. 3 hits now for the Giants as Mize takes the ball. There's another one high for a ball, 2-0, and 2-1 as Mize chases that one outside. Pollock misses upstairs with that one, 3-1 out the count, and there's one in there for a fastball. Full count now on Mize. There's a ground ball over to Marion, and the shortstop makes the play, throws to first for the out. We go to the top of the fifth. Here is Chuck Deering, who takes the ball. That one's hit softly over to right field, and that's one that sinks right in front of Marshall for a base hit. And here comes Joe Garagiola, and he's going to bunt. He bunts over there to the third baseman, Gordon, who throws over to Lure, covering at first. 1 away, that moves Deering up to second, and here's Howie Pollitt, who takes a strike, and another strike, 0-2 the count on him. And there's a foul ball by him, 0-2 still. And there's a little ground ball over to Gordon, the third baseman. Throws to first for the out, 2 away. Here's Enos Slaughter. And there's a little ground ball over to Lork, second baseman. Throws to first for the out. That does it. We go to the bottom of the fifth inning now. Fast-paced game, 1-0 still. Walker Cooper takes the ball. Fouls one back. 1-1 now the count on Cooper. And he gets a piece of that one, and it's 1-2. There's one swung on by Cooper and is fouled back, but Garagiola can't hold on to it. And there's one high and inside, 2-2 now. It's a fly ball over there to left field. Slaughter's got it for the out. 1 away. Here's Buddy Kerr. And Kerr gets that pitch, goes the opposite way with it, and gets a base hit. And that'll bring up Lork. Runner on first base, 1 out. 1-0 game. Cardinals. Jack Lork. It's a 1-1 count on him. And it's 2-1 now. We're going to try to run a little bit. There goes Kerr, and that's fouled back. 2-2 now the count. There's a snap throw to first, not doing anything. Still 2-2. And there's a little ground ball back to Pollitt, who looks over to second for a long time, then finally goes to first with it. 2 outs now for Dave Costello with runner on second base. Striking there to Costello, 0-1 the count, and that's inside is 1-1. And he goes around for that one. 1-2 now the count on Dave. And boy, that one was close. A check swing, 2-2 now the count. That one's inside under the elbows, and it's 3-2 full count on Dave Costello, and he swings and misses at that one. And that strike on number 4 for the pitcher Pollitt. We go to the top of the 6th inning. Here's Eddie Kozak. Kozak takes a ball, 1-0 the count. There's one down the heart of the plate. It's 1-1. And that's ripped into left field, and Lockman's got it. Whitey makes the catch for the out, 1 away. And here's Stan Musial, who swings and misses at a high fastball, 0-1. There's one inside, 1-1 now the count. That's foul back to the left is 1-2. There's a curveball low, 2-2 now is the count on Musial, and that was a full count on him as he looks at another ball. Hits one deep again to Thompson in center field. He makes the catch. So Musial is still having a hard time figuring out the Polo Grounds here. 2 away, and here's Nippy Jones. Hits a ground ball over to Lork. He makes the play, throws to first for the out. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Willard Marshall now here for the Giants. Bottom of the 6th, still 1-0 game. There's a little ground ball over there to Marion, the shortstop, who makes the play, throws to first base, but Marshall just beats that one out. And now that's Marshall's on first base with Sid Gordon coming up, and the Giants can do something. Gordon hits one deep to left field, and that is not quite deep enough. Slaughter makes the catch, 1 out. And here's Whitey Lockman, still runner on first base. And that's high for a ball. 1-0 the count on Lockman. And that was inside. 2-0 now is the count. That's fouled straight back. It's 2-1 now the count on Whitey. That's fouled off. It's 2-2 now. And there's one line softly to center field, and that one just drops in front of Deering for a base hit. With 1 out, we're not going to go for that third base. Instead, we're going to let Bobby Thompson come up here, runners on first and second with only one out. Here in the bottom of the sixth inning, and there's a ground ball over to Marion on the left side. He goes over to Shundines for one. They throw over to Jones, the first baseman, for the double play. We go to the top of the seventh inning, and the Giants have really, really left those runners on base, haven't they? Marty Marion looks at two straight balls, 2-0 the count on him. That's high enough to play, 3-0 now the count. There's that strike, 3-1. There's a ground ball over to Kerr, makes a good play, throws to first for the out, one away. Rent Shundines now takes the ball. And there's a curveball on the outside edge for a strike, 1-1. That's fouled back. It's 1-2. There's one looped over there to Marshall and right. He makes the play, 2 away. And here's Chuck Deering. He hits one over to center field, and Thompson's there for the catch. We go to the bottom of the seventh, and here's Johnny Mize. And there's one inside, backsman away, 1-0 the count. And that's away for a strike, 1-1. In the dirt with a change, 2-1 the count now. There's a roller over to the right side. Shundines makes the play, throws over to first for the out, 1 away. Here's Walker Cooper. That's fouled into Garagioola's glove. 0-1 the count now on Cooper, and that was inside, and he fouls that one away. It's 0-2. That fastball misses just barely. 1-2 now the count, and there's a ground ball over to Shundines. The second baseman throws to first for the out, 2 away. Here's Buddy Kerr, and that's fouled back onto the screen. 0-1, and there's one low. 1-1 now the count on Kerr. He just gets a piece of that one, fouls it off, and then looks at the ball, 2-2. And he'll hit that one over Marty Marion's head. It's a shortstop for a base hit. That brings up Jack Lork, runner on first base, but with 2 outs, bottom of the seventh. There's the ball to Lork. And another ball as that one gets away from Garagiola, but Kerr can't see it and stays at first. Lork holds up on that one, 3-0 now the count on him. And there's ball 4 around the knees, and they walked him, not wanting to do anything with Lork. With Costello's spot coming up, we're going to let Dave hit. He's had some luck with that earlier this season. He takes the strike and hits one over to left center field, and Deering is able to go get it for the out, and we go to the top of the eighth. Here's Joe Garagiola for the Cardinals. There's a ball that just misses 1-0, and that's way inside. 2-0 now the count on Joe Garagiola. 2-1 as that curveball's in there. And he swings and misses at one. It's 2-2 now, and there's the called strike 3. Second strike out of the game for Dave Costello. Here's Howie Pollitt, who looks at a strike, and there's another strike, swing, and a miss. There's a ball maybe outside, 1-2 the count now, and there's a little fly ball over to Lockman in left field, 2 away, and here's Enos Slaughter. Slaughter 1 for 2 today, hitting .324, and he looks at a strike and a ball, 1-1 the count now on Slaughter. Has popped up, and is going to be Lork, the second baseman, who takes charge and grabs that pop-up. We go to the bottom of the eighth inning now, still 1-0. And here is Marshall. Willard Marshall leads this one off, looks at a strike, and fouls one back, 0-2 rather the count. There's a ground ball over to Marion in the hole, left side shortstop, throws to first for the out, 1 away. Sid Gordon now, 0-2 is the count on Gordon. Fouls one back. It's still 0-2. And boy, he goes after a really, really filthy breaking ball for strike 3. Howie Pollitt has 5 strikeouts so far. Here comes Whitey Lockman. And Lockman looks at a ball, and there's a line drive right at Jones, the first baseman, who makes the catch. And we go to the top of the ninth. There's Eddie Kozak, still 1-0. And there's a ball to Kozak, and another ball high and outside, 2-0 the count, and that's a changeup up and in. 3-0 now the count on Kozak, and there's that strike, 3-1. There's a high changeup, and Costello gives up his second walk. That brings up Stan Musial, and that's not the guy you want to walk to get to. There's a ground ball over to Kerr, and he ends up not making the play to second. He ends up eating it, and it's probably a good play in the end. There are runners now on first and second, and that brings up Nippy Jones, and he looks to bunt, but then takes a ball inside, 1-0 the count. That's upstairs for a ball. It's 2-0. There's a bunt down the third base line, and Gordon grabs it and throws over to Lork, covering a first for the out. And here comes Marty Marion, and we're going to bring this infield in. And there's a suicide squeeze, and Kozak is thrown out of the plate, and that's definitely an exciting play, but probably was not the best play in that situation. 2 outs now. Musial goes over to third. Marty Marion takes a strike, 1-1 the count. There's a foul out of play, 1-2 now. Still 1-2, and there's a ball outside, 2-2 now the count, and there's a ground ball over to Gordon at third, throws to first for the out. We go to the bottom of the ninth inning. We'll see if the Cardinals will rue the fact that they tried that suicide squeeze with runners on second and third. Of course, I've been doing that. Thompson takes the ball high, 1-0, and he lines one over third base, and that's just foul, 1-1. And there's a ground ball over to short, and that's a big bounce, but Marion has no problem with it. Jumps up, grabs it, throws to first for the out, 1 away. Here's Johnny Mize, still 1-0 Cardinals. Good curveball has Mize bailing, 0-1, and there's a ball, 1-1 now the count. Ball 2 as that one misses low, 2-1. That count catches the corner for a strike, 2-2 now, and there is a ground ball right up the middle, and that ball hits Paul in the calf, but he looks like he's okay. and Johnny Mize is going to be on first base with a base hit. I tell you, I've played well over at least 100 games in this project alone. I'm still running into a good descriptive play-by-play that I've never seen before, and that was definitely one right there. And so now there's a runner on first base here for Walker Cooper. Now, that runner, Mize, is not very fast. We'll just have Cooper swing away, but there is that worry about a double play. A strike in there to Cooper, and there's one inside. 1-1 now, the count on Walker. And that's fouled back off Garagiola's mask. It's 1-2, and there's one hit deep to right field, and Musial goes back, and grabs it right in front of the wall there, and not really right center field, probably right around this vicinity for the out. 2 away, and that brings up Buddy Kerr, and there's a strike in there to Kerr. 0-1 the count, and a ball to him now. It's 1-1. Kerr 2 for 3 today, and he fouls that one off his foot. 1-2 rather the count, and he swings and misses at that pitch off the plate. And he is tagged out for the strikeout. So Pollitt strikes out 6. There was a masterful game. Despite giving up 8 hits, he scatters them all. The Giants really didn't have much by way of opportunities to score in this one. There's your final score. Cardinals 1, Giants 0. And the 1-0 game without a whole lot of fireworks or a lot of late inning excitement. It was all about that first inning run that the Cardinals manufactured before they even got a hit. And that's all she wrote today, folks. See you tomorrow. Bye.